for a minute there, but I think we can try to make it work.
All right. We're with Crowe Boys. I want to say the Crowe Boys, but it's just Crowe Boys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking like the Black Crows.
Well, it's just you want to say
not really
the Crowe Boys, but it just comes out. It's Crowe Boys. Ocie and Wes. These guys are an indie alternative band from New Orleans.
Hey.
They are coming to Montana. They're set to open for Trampled by Turtles with Shane Smith and the Saints. They'll be at the Big Sky Events Arena July 9th. By the way, your last name is Crowe. You call yourself Crowe Boys. Such an unimaginative name. But how long have you been doing this? Forever?
So
wow.
Okay, so there's a story there. There's a story there though, and not a lot of people ask us this, so I'll share it. We've tried so hard in the past. So I'll give you a quick rundown. So our family grew up traveling, playing music, and our family was called the Crowe family. And we did like gospel music, like Southern gospel music. And after we moved away from that, we tried so hard to try like different band names and different things like that. And everywhere we ended up playing, everybody was just like, we're the Crowe Boys. Yeah. And so like we tried doing band names and nothing ever stuck. And so eventually we just we just got to be the Crowe Boys. Like that's just what we're going to call ourselves. And so now here we are, Crowe Boys.
I like it. Yeah. I like it. I think you are. Oh, I need to. Do you have any like deep cuts of your gospel years?
Oh God, I would not. Even if we did, I wouldn't give them to you.
Come on. Oh, all right, fine. I love some good gospel music. I mean, Joe and I are from Alabama. Totally. We both grew up in the church, and like,
we cut our teeth on gospel.
Yeah, if we go to any new churches now, we're like, we don't like this. Like when they're singing like the newer Christian music, we're like,
it's coming back. Gospel music's coming back, you know? I think
the praise band thing gets to me.
Yeah, it's definitely coming back. Like I've seen a couple of even like secular music like is coming. It's got as a genre. I feel like gospel music's making its way back in. Like people are wanting this deep spiritual, aspect that comes out of the voice and the style of it. You know, there's so much richness there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
It is timeless. Yeah. And like the people that wrote it they're amazing poets. Like the old gospel songs. It's poetry to me.
Well, I thought Jesus wrote everything, didn't he?
All right, Joe. Anyway, he's been out the church for a while. But yeah, thank y'all for coming. Does being related mean that the band can't break up?
I think so. I mean, it'd be weird if one of us left.
Life.
It'd just be Crowe Boy.
Do you have another brother that's like jealous and waiting in the wings, like to come in? And
there's actually a bunch of us. There's we actually have 6 siblings all together.
Whoa!
And the other brother, Jacob, who actually was with us for quite some time, he stepped away. I think so there was a period where we were getting really serious and we were wanting to really step into this as a career. But we grew up doing this, so we kind of knew what we were wanting to get into. And our other brother, Jacob, he was like, I'm getting married. I really don't want the like touring lifestyle. And so he was like, I think right now, before you guys really start stepping into getting serious, I want to step away. And so last year, I think he had finished out the year with us. We only did a couple of shows, and then he stepped away. And he's pursuing his career as a firefighter. He's doing super great. He actually lives right next to us, and we get together all the time. We really support what he's doing. And then the other 3 of our siblings, they're still kind of young, and so, but I think they're pursuing music, so they're doing really cool things as well.
That'll be great. And then as you guys age out, you can bring in the younger siblings. It'll be like Menudo.
I don't understand, Joe. I'm sorry he's here. Next question, Joe.
Serious question. So I'm glad it wasn't a bad breakup. How did Jacob leaving change the band dynamic? Did it kind of reboot the sound?
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, there was a period. So when Jacob stepped away, we didn't have a fan base at that point. We had a couple of fans maybe. And so when he stepped away, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do because our style was different. I'd say we were a little bit more alternative rock. pop at that point.
Yeah, you
And
had
we were
that
doing like backing
poppy
tracks
sound in a
and
couple of.
yeah, we were doing all kind of different stuff. And our production was just different. And so when he stepped away, Wes and I really asked ourselves like, what do we want to do? And we tried continuing doing the same stuff. And then we left for a tour. And right before that tour, we had both just kind of agreed, let's strip everything all the way back. Um, Wes was playing bass and decided to switch over to mandolin. And I was playing electric guitar and I decided to just go full acoustic. And so we really started leaning more into the realm of folk, which we both really love. And then after we had done our first tour, just me and him, we really fell in love with like that style and what we were doing, just the acoustic instruments and the kick drum. And so we were like, we really believe in this. And so we decided to just keep doing that.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, your style is all over the place, which we love. We're like, it's fun and it's, it's a fresh sound. But with your history, I mean, I've been to New Orleans many times. We used to live a couple hours from it growing up. And
Sure.
of course, my friend had an auntie there. We visited and all that. But I heard a lot of Zydeco. Why has that never come into your existence?
We're not, I wouldn't say we're like truly from New Orleans. We've lived here the longest of any places that we've lived in at one time.
Got it.
And I think I have a love and have grown a love for Zydeco music.
Yeah.
But it's really folk music that inspires us right now.
Yeah.
And so that mixture of like long history of gospel music mixed with folk. I mean, if a producer comes in and is like, let's slap an accordion on it and it makes sense.
Yeah. It's really the accordion that
it just hasn't happened yet. It just hasn't happened yet. But
I know what to get you for Christmas, basically.
Oh God.
If I want to hear it worked into a track, we got to give it to you.
Yeah.
If you send me one, I'll play with it. We'll see
right.
what we can do.
Got it.
That's a fair deal. Is it a happy accident that you guys ended up specializing in complementary instruments, or did you? It sounds like you designed it.
No, actually, Wes didn't switch over to when he switched over to mandolin. That was his like first time, and he switched over to like he started learning it 2 weeks before we toured with it.
Oh, come on!
Yeah,
that's a musician right there. Yep.
The fly.
That reminds me of, No, I know a lot of people that are musically gifted. My son is one of them, my older one. Like he went to someone's house. Their daughter had been trying to play the violin forever. And he plays guitar and piano or whatever. He just picks up the violin and starts playing it and then like starts playing songs on it. And the dad was like, what's happening? And I'm like, I think that just happens.
Is that how
you guys
it
are
worked
just
for
gifted.
you,
You guys
Wes?
are gifted.
Or did you blow through a bunch of YouTube tutorials?
I wouldn't say so. I learned the guitar. I learned the acoustic guitar before that, so I think that helped a lot in transitioning to the mandolin. It was, it was about 2 weeks before I got the fundamentals down. But after that, it's just, scales and stuff like that. So.
Do you have the background theory or you're all set?
But by 2 weeks, you're playing in front of people.
A song that you guys have been playing a lot of, well, actually, there's almost 3 million streams on Spotify for Where Did I Go Wrong?
Oh, geez.
Congrats. Yeah. Ta-da.
Cool.
Yeah. What do you think is so great about that song? What resonates with people in that song, do you think?
Well, I hope it's just the honesty. Like that's another thing that we switched over. Some of the songs that we have out now, other than Where Did I Go Wrong, are from our previous project. And so everything from Where Did I Go On forward, or Where Did I Go Wrong forward, is like we're really focusing more on the honesty of our life. So, I mean, we write from a place of things that truly happened to us, and we just kind of stick them all in a song, and really, I think we started writing after that first tour that we did together. We really started wanting to write music that we loved. I think for a long time we tried writing music for other people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really something we were like passionate about. And when we started writing music that first tour, which is where Did I Go Wrong came from, I don't know, we just dug into like what do we like to play just for us. And that first tour we did, we played to a lot of nobody really showed up kind of shows.
Mm-hmm.
But that, like, it really didn't matter. It was, the point of it was like we wanted to have fun and fall in love with the music we were playing, and we did. And that song really came from that place of just trying to share things that we went through, um, things that we honestly felt about our country and felt about our personal lives, and
Right.
it was just honest. And I think that's the place we try to write from now.
Yeah. Well, you hit the nail on the head. Like in any creative endeavor that I've ever read about, people that become something, the backstory is they're putting their soul out there, their heart and soul out there. They're not trying to please anybody. They're trying to figure out, how to connect with people on your level, like whatever you've been through. A lot of other people have been through something similar, and like that's what they're wanting to hear. Yeah,
Sure.
with poets, musicians, comedy writers, whatever, like write what you want, and like then people will resonate with it, because I think that it's important.
And
so we appreciate that.
I am fascinated by just the sort of nuts and bolts of the writing process. So give me a song like Leather Wallet, which is my favorite song of yours. Can you just give me like step by step, how does that song come together?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I do most of the lyrical writing for Crowe Boys, and it really is like in my wallet I have a picture book of my kids,
That's awesome.
and I think, I don't know, whenever I get in these different moods where maybe I'm feeling different ways, it always kind of just starts from like I feel inspired to create something today, and then I'll try to like ask myself what am I feeling, what am I thinking about, and I'll try to think about previous things that put me in that mindset of that feeling, and different like true events that happened in my life. And then I'll try to like take them and then write about them. And I feel like I can be a little over literal. I really want to learn to be a little bit more broad minded with some of the ways that I write music, maybe a little bit more abstract. But for a lot of the songs, like Where Did I Go Wrong and Leather Wallet, they're like very literal. Like I crashed my car to the corner, I smoked cigarettes sitting on the side, or like Leather Wallet is like I was on the road again, looking at pictures of my friends in my leather wallet, wishing I was back home. Like it's just straight up like that's what it feels like.
Maybe you don't need to change it.
But by being so literal, by being so specific, it becomes figurative, I think.
Sure.
So
sure, people can kind of put themselves in the way that they want.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of experiences shaping you and your life, I know that your mom passed from cancer in 2009. Sorry that you had to go through that. I am a cancer survivor. So I'm sure that going through that as a kid was not easy. Has that shaped your direction in life, or how has that experience shaped you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really kind of what is the seed behind everything we do as Crowe Boys. I wouldn't say like that event is why we do everything we do, but it sparked a lot of the like journey that we've gone through that I think is why we do what we do. And it's a song we haven't released yet, but it's the song we always end our show with, and it's super important to us because I think pretty early on in this journey, there was a lot of things said about like what we believe as artists and what our music's really about. But in truth, growing up on the road as kids and losing a mom and only having brothers and a dad can be like a very isolating event, and being on the road so much, there's not a lot of opportunity for friendships. There's not a lot of opportunity for like a motherly touch. There's not a lot of opportunity to just kind of like make sure you're getting through the emotions you need to get through. And so as we became adults, I know in our own separate ways, we both really struggled with things like anxiety and depression and suicidal tendencies. And those were things we really like had to work through. And then as we started, right, like, because music was kind of an outlet we used for that. There were other things as well. And then as we started writing music and creating community, we started finding like a lot of people struggle with these things as well. And so we wrote a song just kind of about that. And we haven't released it yet. We want to release it soon, but that's like a core part of what Crowe Boys is about, is just like knowing and helping people find that like your life has meaning regardless of what you've gone through, no matter like how hard things get or where you think you are in your life. Like your life is still beautiful, your life still has purpose, and you shouldn't like quit on yourself. So that for us like came from that event, and it spurred from that event, and it really gave a lot of the lifeblood that I think fuels what our mission is as Crowe Boys.
I love that. And I'm sure your mom sees that too.
Yeah, that's a very neat perspective that you got. And so you're coming to Big Skies. Is your first trip to Montana? What do you have planned? I mean, you're coming all the way from Montana. New Orleans. What's on the agenda other than being disappointed by our...
Bring layers.
We don't have good beignets. Weird. We don't have good muffalata. I'm sorry.
I make good beignets here. Come on over. I'll make y'all some jambalaya or some etouffee.
What are you looking forward to?
Shoot, I like mountains.
Yeah, we got those
mountains and cold weather. It's kind of weird that we live in New Orleans, but yeah, I love hiking and camping and mountains and cold weather, and I don't know. I've heard Montana's beautiful, so I'm excited about that.
It's stunning. You're gonna be in heaven for a little bit then.
It's a little less sticky than New Orleans, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know. My parents are in Alabama right now. They're like, "Well, may you come visit you in a couple of weeks?" Because they're just dying. It's just oppressive.
I got my car yesterday, and my thermostat it said 103. And I was like,
nope.
Ridiculous.
No.
But at least it's a soggy, wet 103.
Yeah, at least you're sticking to your
soggy.
seat.
That makes it bad.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in person out here.
Absolutely. I do have one dumb game.
Oh, he's got a game. Oh, God. He does this every time, and I'm surprised. This is his thing.
It's true. Whatever. Michelle doesn't know what this is. This is it's a quiz called Bands of Brothers. And you guys are Crowe Boys. You're not the only brothers who have been a band before.
Not even close.
Just most of the other ones don't go with their names, right? So I'm gonna tell you.
Actually, a lot of the bands we look up to are actually brother bands.
Exactly.
You might not even know that they're brother bands either.
There are some great ones out there. I'm gonna quiz you on them. So
I can't look. Sorry.
How about if they had gone with your naming formula, they would have called themselves Van Halen Boys, but instead they called themselves
Van Halen.
Just Van Halen.
Okay.
Oh, I was like,
that was too easy. Softball.
Yeah, I'm starting easy.
This is a trick question.
It'll get harder. How about Hanson Boys?
Hanson.
Okay,
got it.
All right, now we understand how the game works. Great. All right, now they get a little bit tougher. The Knopfler Boys.
Ooh, I don't know.
We're not going to get any of these. I'm going to tell you
that. I don't remember names worth a toot, so this is going to be bad.
I don't either.
That one's a layup.
I know like 3 bands.
He sees movies and like he'll know every character's name in the movie or every actor's name in the movie from like 1980. I'm like, what is going on here? Anyway, sorry.
Mark Knopfler, David Knopfler, Dire Straits.
Oh, I like Dire Straits.
Yes.
I didn't know their names.
I don't. Yeah,
all right, we're all going to learn today then. How about that?
I'm down.
What about Gibb Boys?
Ooh, Gibb.
No.
Gibb.
You got to understand. We're like.
Yeah. Tell it.
We're like
who is it? Who is it?
Here.
It's the Bee Gees. Barry and Maurice Gibb.
Yeah, I don't
know the Bee Gees' name. They're just the Bee Gees.
Oh, this is so fun for me. I thought you were gonna crush it. I thought you were.
Would you have known that?
Yeah.
Oh. He knows the name of the Bee Gees. I don't know. I'm just
Wilson Boys. That one's a very generic one.
Wilson. Wait.
I know the Wilson sisters. That was Wilson Phillips.
What about the Wilson brothers?
That's what I was thinking.
They were the Beach Boys.
Yes, Michelle got it. Beach Boys.
Sorry, that one somehow I figured out.
Brian Wilson, Carl Wilson, Dennis Wilson. All right.
Wilson!
I've only got 3 more. Greenwood Boys. Now it gets a little tough.
No idea.
All of them have been tough so far.
Yeah.
Greenwood Boys is Radiohead.
What?
Oh.
Johnny and Colin Greenwood.
I definitely don't know anything.
How about that? All right. Reed Boys. This one's really hard. REID. Reed Boys.
No idea.
See if you said something like Foreman, the Foreman Boys.
Foreman
Or
Boys.
like,
See, I don't know that one. Reed Boys, they're Scott. There's from Scotland. It's the Proclaimers.
Oh.
I don't know what that
Craig
band
and
is.
Charlie Reed. I
Wouldn't have
think
known that in a
they
million
might
years.
be twins. I'm not sure.
When I wake up.
That one,
that's
yeah.
a good song.
Oh,
I know
The
I'm gonna be.
Proclaimers.
I'm gonna be. Yeah.
Oh, we need to add that song to our repertoire.
You should. That song's such a jam.
It's
such
great.
a banger. I love it.
Ferris Boys is the last one. This band
Ferris,
originally
like-
formed as the Ferris Brothers.
Ferris Bueller?
Yeah. Blues.
In
no.
Excess.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I love.
I don't even
See,
know
I
that
love
stuff.
all these bands, y'all, because I am
John
born in
and
the
Tim
70s.
Ferris.
But I don't know the names of the.
We're really like slacking here on our
It's
music
totally
history.
okay. I'm with
proud.
you. I'm
proud
proud.
to have stumped the Crowe Boys. So.
Here you are.
Well, you guys keep doing what you're doing. I think you're amazing, and I can't wait to see you coming up. You have such a cool style, and you're just going to continue to get more and more Spotify millions. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Wes and Ocie, you can see them July 9th at the Big Sky Events Arena, opening for Trampled by Turtles. And we'll look forward to seeing you there, guys. Take care.
Awesome.
All right.
All
Bye.
right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.